What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar. So without further ado, let's dive into the Market Watch and see what is going up. We're going to take a look at the newest set that just dropped, the structure deck, and let's see where the prices are, right? So we have Invizimon taking up the stands on its alt for basically $15 a pop. We got a damage one for 14s, but I want to match that. I would be cautious on Invizimon. Make sure you get your copies just in case with the new set that happens to come out in February, there is a chance this Invizimon's going to pop off. So I don't want you guys being caught blindsided if that's the case. So just think about that. Europe side, 16 to 19 euros. Now, Sylphimon, being Observer BT16, has seen a spike, and that is because of Time Strangers. Sylphimon that got announced, that did change things up. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get another, Paildramon coming down the pipes, which we should have. So basically, each new main set has given something to them. So yeah, I can expect that, especially at the reprint set, right? But $5 for Sylphie is not terrible. Now, taking a look, we got 3 to 5 euros as well. Now, defensive plugin F starter deck 22. We're at $1.25. Not many listings, guys. I don't think many people have cracked open the set yet, or they're just passing on the set in general. But again, at least if you buy a $25 starter deck, well, advanced deck, I would say, you'll definitely get a lot going for your bang for a buck, right? I don't think you should be buying more than 2 of these. So spend 50 bucks, get yourself 2 of them. You get a lot of stuff for your value, right? Europe side, 30 cents, 45 cents. Now, offensive plugin V. So again, this one's not bad, being able to give an inheritable, end of turn, this Digimon may attack, 80 cents. Again, this card could see some play. I mean, I'm almost tempted to play this myself. If it was, it's that 2 cost that's really nice, being able to, unsuspend, getting that attack that we weren't really planning on to, being able to end of turn get in that extra oof that we kind of wanted, right? So kind of not bad. We got 80 cents there, €1, 80 cents to 2s. I think this one might see the most play out of them all, just because end of a turn attacks are really good. Jamming with high speed plugin H, not terrible actually, 99 cents. Now again, 30 cents, 50 cents. Amethyst Mandala. This card's pretty decent actually for Sakuya, being that it's the new strategy that they're wanting to go with, making you focus on this card in general. So the Ace wants to do it, the Sakuyamon maid mode, Mike mode, or whatever they want to go. Just really good card in general. This thing's going to do what you need, and it's a great protection skill that this deck needed. You got 2 to 3 euros. Now, Sakuyamon Ace, just having the alliance in its innate ability just makes it a lot stronger. Being able to play the Pied Fox token, really good across the board. I really like to see when decks improve on already good strategies, and they have some way of protecting the Ace, which is super important, right? Having the option in that security is going to make the deck a lot better. So yeah, I think this deck has some potential. Again, advanced decks always have this ability to become really tier 1 status once they're kind of figured out and fluffed out a bit. So it's good to see that. Europe side looking like $3 for the maid mode. So yeah, another great card. Not many listings, guys. So I would just buy the $25 a deck, but 3 to 7 euros. Sakuyamon X Antibody, really good way of getting a replacement, because I think it was quite expensive, but it's good to see that it actually is kind of feasible. Europe side, 1 to 2 euros here. Talmon Ace Alts is at $1.20. Europe side looking like 30 cents, not too terrible. Renamon Rare Pull starter deck 22, about $4.50. Wow, almost $600. That's crazy to me. We had one sale at $500, but crazy. Oof. Hopefully tomorrow's video, when I open up both of these advanced decks, we kind of get that, right? Europe side, 250, 300 euros. Wow. 250s and that. Pause Plug-in P. It's another one you should be keeping an eye out on. I know the demo decks are going to be giving you this card. I think that's how you get a cheaper version. I know that that would be your best bet. Because again, that was such a needed reprint. Like, even I don't have a secondary copy of it. Yeah, they don't have it up here. But the demo decks, I think, has that card coming. So it'll be nice to actually get one cheaper. So just wait it out. I don't think you need to jump for this one just yet. 3 to 4 euros. Gachimon. This card is cracked for what it does for the Gacha deck. Well, Gaiamon deck. Just really good across for Apply. I think we're going to need more and more promos as time goes on, but 36, wow. But $5 a piece, that means you get 2 of them in the box anyway. So it'll be definitely a benefit, right? Europe side, 2 to 3 euros. Bobramon, starter deck, BT22. So this card is a complete upgrade to its counterpart. God, man, did they just 360 this card and made it so much better. When this card would be played, if your opponent has 10 or more cards, reduce the play cost by 5. On play, when digivolving, your opponent trashes cards in their hand so that they have 6 cards left. If the effect didn't trash, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Fallen Angel. Trade a Digimon from trash without paying its cost. End of turn. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, then they trash 1 of them. If they have 5 or fewer, delete their lowest level. Wow. Really, really. Really good card. 2 euros as well. Again, you get 2 of these if you buy 1 structure deck. Now, Bobramon, the Scapegoat, the on-play when you be able to trash 1 card in your opponent's hand without looking. Oh, that's cute. When your opponent's hand is trashed, you may play 1 level play cost 10 or lower purple card from trash without paying its cost. For each card in your opponent's hand, reduce the effects playable by max 1. This thing was fine-tuned to the point that it was unplayable. They just made it so bad. I love that the new one fixes all the issues of this card. And it's super important when that happens, right? Being able to play something regardless here, when this card would be played, if your opponent had, reduce it by 5. Your opponent trashes their hand, may pay a level 5 or lower Fallen Angel trait. There's nothing that's stopping you. Yes, this would let you play a Mega that has a 10 cost, but you were so reliant on your opponent's hand size, this thing didn't trash enough. And it's kind of funny and comedical that, yeah, Europe side has a 20 cents, which is where it deserves to be. Grand Galemon sitting at $5. This one has some potential, but we'll have to see if this will actually lead into this thing being stupid competitive. Your opponent, if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon with Vortex may unsuspend. Grand Gale having this possibility might see some play. $5, 2 euros. I expect this to be in the $2 range. Uka no Mimtama. This card, this is where you get official tokens, which is really good. People love their official tokens, $3.50. Looking like 2 euros to 3 euros. Digimon X Antibody, release special booster 2.5. $50, guys. This is kind of crazy. Europe side looking like 40 to 50 euros as well. Again, really good card across the board for blue, white, and red decks. Well, just mostly, blue and red. Taking a look, Magnet Dramon, Sinister Order, EX10s are holding strong at 11s if you want to pick up one for 13s range, but they do have a lot of 15s. Your side, 8 to 9 euros. Examon Alt sitting at 23s, going down a little bit. I expect it to fall down some more. Not going to lie. 19, 20 euros. Gaiamon World Convergence BT21. For this card, it's $8. I wouldn't be surprised if we finally get some more crack support. The options are great. I think the newest one that just got revealed really will make all the Apply decks super ridiculous strong. Just by trashing 1 Apply, you draw 2 is really good for an option for, especially for this deck that is a delay. I think being able to trash 1, draw 2 is always going to be great. And it's not like restricted, right? Europe side looking like 9, 10 euros. It's Antibody Protoform Event Pack 7 Animal Coliseums, $50. Holding strong there. Europe side looking like 20 to 30 euros. Shoto alt sitting at $25. Might be something you want to keep on your radar. We're getting close to that, 28s, 30s again. God, this card does not like to come down. Europe side looking like 15 to 18 euros. Ghostmon alts release special booster 2.5, $30. Guys, this thing's getting bought out. I mean, Ghost has potential. We're going to get more support in the next EX set, so just keep that on your radar. 18 to 20 euros. Chimeramon alts got picked up because of that Millenniumon got shown off that is DM traded. Being able to combo off being that Millenniumon, just really, really good to see that they went like, yeah, we're going to do DM shenanigans. What do you mean DM shenanigans? Well, we're going to make it DM supported. Really? Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Neither was anybody else. Okay. Europe side looking like 6 to 8 euros. King Drazel alts are, $90 to 100. God, this thing's stupid expensive. 28 to 40 euros. Millenniumon alts. Yeah, this thing saw some climb up. Got bought out the moment that the new Millenniumon got shown off. That promo is good for both versions of the deck. Just in generalization, just because of how good the card is as a piece that'll just be able to get you into more Jogressing. 9 to 10 euros. Zeed Millenniumon, $13. Starting to get some buys, though, guys. Just be ready for this thing to climb up, and people are picking it up. So, Millenniumon getting that support, 9 to 10 euros. Moon Millenniumons are at 8. Wouldn't be surprised if we see this climb up just a tad bit. Depends on the build, right? Millenniumon has a lot of potential to being one of the stronger decks. And again, it's going to be one of those things like Lucimon. Just the right amount of cards and Millenniumon's just going to pop off. Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.